My sister-in-law tried to have her wedding at my wedding. Hello, everyone. Oh, do I have some drama for you. It could also be some pettiness in there as well. So I, 34 female, have been with my husband, 36 male. We'll call him Jared, for 14 years, married for 10. Our 10-year wedding anniversary was in September last year, but in January of 2024, we decided to renew our vows since we didn't get to have a big wedding. Jared and I got married pretty quickly. Well, because I was going through court to get my ex's parental rights terminated. It took years to finalize because we all know how long courts take. The reason I was terminating his parental rights, well, I'll leave that up for imagination. Courts don't just terminate parental rights unless there's a legitimate reason for the best interest of the child.
So anyway,
my husband has been in my son's life since my son was 2 weeks old, so he's been there since day one. After court was done, Jared asked what the process was to adopt my son. The court said that we had to be married for 2 years before we could even start the process. So my husband went to go get a ring, still got down on one knee and asked me to marry him. Then he whisked me away to get married with my mom and his mom as a witness. He didn't want to make the process longer than it needed to be. I love Jared for that. At the time, our daughter we shared together was 1 and my son was 4. He truly is amazing. Okay, now back to the story. I'm a Halloween freak. Anything and everything Halloween is my absolute spirit animal. So Jared told me we were going to renew our vows on October 31st of 2024, and I couldn't have been more excited. I started making phone calls to my family members, friends, and everyone in between. My mother-in-law, Mary, is a big help with our family. I'm closer to her than my own mother, so it wasn't a hard choice to ask if she could help. I started ordering my dress, which of course was black. Can't have a Halloween wedding in white. Besides, black is my color. I put down the payment on the venue, vendors, and catering. Of course, food was also going to be Halloween themed. We were having chicken, pork, or steak put on all the plates, decorated to look like some type of ghost, monster, mummy, etc. Decorated with Nightmare Before Christmas with Jack and Sally at the altar. I was just absolutely loving every minute of it. So here's where we get to see my future sister-in-law, Amy, wanting to get married on the same day. She started telling Mary she wanted to get married to Jared's brother, Justin, on Halloween as well. She just hadn't told anyone yet. She says she was upset that I stole her day. Like what? You didn't tell anyone. How was I supposed to know? But even if Amy wanted to get married on Halloween, I still would have gotten married on Halloween. But I would have pushed it until October 31st, 2025. I wouldn't have minded, but I already put deposits down, so I couldn't change the date on the venue for one. Somebody already had it booked for October 31st of 2025, and I didn't want to cancel and lose out on the deposit. So I apologized and told her she could do it next Halloween at a different venue. She was not happy. Mary spoke to Amy about this without me asking her to. She was just trying to help, but this made things worse. I then started getting text messages from Amy saying I was being unfair since I was already married and she wasn't yet. So I should just transfer everything over to her and she would pay me back. She also told me that I need to stop talking to Mary as much so she can get close with her too. I was baffled. Did she really just ask me those things? So I asked her, you want me to stop talking to Mary as much and give you everything I was planning for my Amy said yes. I declined. I told Amy it's a 14-year friendship I've gained with Mary, and I was not changing that for her. I also said no to transferring everything over to her. Amy then suggested we both get married at the same time since it was already ready to go. I told Amy she's not going to get married at the same time and same place in front of my family that she's never met. She just said she will invite some of her family as well to make it less awkward. I again declined. Amy took it well, or so I thought. I didn't hear any more about it for months. If only I knew what she had planned. The day of my wedding, everything was going great. Things were going down without a hitch. Bridesmaids were getting ready, and it was so beautiful. Justin came to knock on my bridal door to thank me. Thank me? For what? He said Amy told him not to say anything, but her and I were planning a surprise. To tell Jared that his brother will be getting married the same day, at the same time, and it would be so special. I told him absolutely not. I told him everything. Justin was embarrassed and apologized and said he had no idea. He said some of her family were already showing up. I didn't put in my budget for this many more mouths to feed. I was freaking out. What a mess. But then I had the best idea. I called Amy into my bridal room, told her how sorry I was and I was being super unfair. I told her I spoke to the venue and they agreed to do a double wedding, but it would have to wait until after my wedding and reception. I said to inform her family to leave until then. She was so excited. I then went to the venue, explained what was about to happen, but they told me not to worry, as this isn't the first time something like this has happened. They will have the doors locked and no one will let her in when she arrives. Plus, Justin already knew. This is what I told Amy. He agreed to tell Amy they will not be getting married on that day at that venue before chaos comes down like the wrath. I did feel bad for her family, but they all live in the same state, so they thankfully didn't spend a fortune to get to the venue. They just all went out, ate dinner, and enjoyed themselves. They weren't even mad at me at the end. They were mad at Amy for deceiving them. Anyways, I had the most amazing wedding. We drank, enjoyed ourselves, danced, and ate. Jared and I were so happy. The next day, I got a bunch of text messages from Amy apologizing to me about how she acted. I already know Justin told her to make things right or he wasn't going to marry her. I don't want them to split. They have a child together. And other than this, I don't have huge issues with her. I mean, I wasn't friends with her, but I didn't hate her either. I now know they have a venue somewhere else and are getting married this Halloween.